What's up guys, it's Mr. Javid and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. I'm going to be using the Sceptile team. Blunder actually passed me some placements ages ago, and since I have no teams, I figured I'd just scroll back through. So I have about 4, so if you guys have teams, link in the description down below. Happy to use them for the 10 days remaining in the generation, or I guess 8, because on release day, I'm sure everybody's gonna be playing that, so man, I know you. Yeah, so homie said I'm gonna be even weirder than you, bro. Funny thing is he has all the counters. Sceptile's actually kinda decent here, kinda good. It's kinda good, except for this thing right here. It's a problem. E-Trend's a problem for him. He has no ground type, but he has a... Man, this is actually a really weird counter team. Lander is a huge problem, but something has to have Heal Bell. Rocky Helmet, CC, Buzzwole, I max attack. If I had Leech Life, I actually ate his team. Like, literally just ate his team. But Slowbro couldn't get past him. Yeah, I just don't know how I'm going to Toxic this. Well, let's see what this is going on, because I mean the least threatening thing on his team is the Togedemaru, and the most threatening thing on my team are my electric types. So I'm guessing this is going to be some sort of knockoff strat, regen and whatnot. Buzzwole's Rocky Helmet is irrelevant in this game, so I'll let him knock that off. So at least predicted that much, right? This must have Heal Bell. So what we're gonna do is that this doesn't even help much because I'm expecting Slowbro and U-turn on what I'm expecting to be Eldegoss or the Aldino. Okay, so it doesn't have the best Fizz Def if Torkoal. Coco's U-turn is doing that kind of damage, so that's good to note. I have another turn of Electric Terrain, another turn. I have a couple more turns of Electric Terrain, so we could go about this a couple different ways. As I said, Heatran offensively is a huge issue. There's no toxic immunity that matters. Rocks first to see what his initial switch will be is Corsola. Unless this runs Earthquake or something, I should just 2-hit KO this and beat this. Oh, this might have Eviolite. Is that how that works? No, Galarian Course. This is a never. Well, I mean, I guess with Curtain. Well, that's only with the Ghost one, right? So. Yeah, this is can't have Heatran gone. I really don't know what to expect from this thing. Let's say Heatran is just too important. He can't one-shot me. Let me see if I can 2-hit KO. Oh yeah, that missed. He has fucking Earth Power, but it missed. Wow, like that actually missed. How did it do 34%? Like that, we both missed our moves. I mean, like his super missed, but like that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's some wild stuff. So we're gonna pivot back to Heatran here. We gotta play a bit more aggressively here. He's heavy duty boots. He'll die in one go to Earth Power, I think. I mean, it's quad weak like me. Watch him not die. He actually really need him to. I doubt he has an Earth move though. I doubt he has a ground move. So Audino comes in as we're going to. He's gonna knock, but he probably have what knock. Earth Power did a good bit. So Magma Storm hitting, him knocking, I Toxic. He's gonna go for Heal Bell. So he probably has Wish, Heal Bell. But he can't fit Wish, Protect, and Heal Bell and knock. Wish, Protect, Heal Bell. Yeah, he can. He just had knockoff as his only attacking move. Man, I wish I had like a something to trap, because that's what's giving me a hard time right now. I can't trap nothing. So let's see what his other move is. So it's knock as expected. I've been playing relatively aggressively, but Coco doubling here has no downside. If he stayed in, he'd knock off again. Not my heavy duty boost, whoop-de-doo. And so we reposition to get power over the Audino, which is Gucci. Yeah, if Try Thunderbolt. Man, like there's just so many things that would be awesome here. I have to catch Audino on a switch, so I have to position Heatran excellently. The Audino took 11%. So what we're gonna do is go Landers. He's staying in with this. He might go hard slow, but it's pretty Lando weak. So I did 12% and this did 15. What was the damage is not that different for how much stronger one is over the other, but it obeyed him to, yes, Toxic. So he doesn't have either Wish or Protect, which is good. On CC here, he should still just go to slow, bro. It says Helmet, bro. Okay, cool. Finny has, so he has U-turn. Future Sight, that's fine, because if he goes to Eldegoss, I can just go back to Strand, even if he rapid spins, and the Future Sight won't do shit anyway. Now it does mean he has Misty Terrain, so he can go back to Toxic Mist mattered a lot though, so gonna close combat again. Does go to Slowbro again, good play. I gotta catch him on the Okie Doke. So he teleports this time. So I went Coco hard because Coco only has one answer, which is that damn Togedemaru. You're gonna hold these rocks, boy. Yeah, I don't know. We can win. It's just very difficult. He's just in a Toxic here, which matters. It does. Again, I can't stop him from switching, and Finny can't 1v1 the Eldegoss, so I need this Toxic, and then maybe we can work a deal out. Because if I go Buzzwole, Irusi goes. If I go Finny, he stays in Nox. Well, I mean, I'd have to, whatever. I'll have to pivot around. I'm making relatively low risk doubles, like for the example here. I mean, what is he gonna do, right? And so now I can pivot back on, even if he wants to stay into risk a Toxic, it doesn't truly matter. Yeah, I have all the leverage. So let's see how much Thunderbolt does to, oh, he goes Eldegoss this time. Because the electric terrain is up, the Eldegoss, I really wish I went to, that would have been the perfect turn to have Heatran in, because I would have, when he rapid spun. So now I can actually Toxic, which is a little more important than going for rocks in this case, because the Audino is getting a little too comfortable. If I Toxic it on the switch, then Magma Stormity is done. Because I mean, he could have Wish and Heal Bell, so he goes Slowbro, which is great for us. That is phenomenal, because even if he chooses to Scald here, so we punish with rocks. I doubt he'd waste turn Scalding. Excellent. I figured as much, and the positioning of Heatran is phenomenal, because this Hazard Controller is Eldegoss, and now he's giving me Toxic on his Slowbro. So here comes the Audino no. And he's it's the freest knockoff of all time, but just do your thing, bro. Slowbro, pivot, rocks. He does leave the Slowbro in, as Scald would hurt, but I'll roost for positional advantage if he teleports right. So now you don't have much to go into since this is your only Slowbro answer. I mean, your Slowbro is your only Buzzwole answer. So I know he wasn't expecting me to stay in the roost, but even if he did, I mean, I'd risk him Scalding randomly. His pretty low probability Scald there. But even if he did, I'd live it. It'd only be risking the burn, and even if I got burnt, it's not the end of the game kind of like risk. But he does have a slight defensive team advantage versus me. So Earthquake here, Slowbro should come back in. I don't want to waste the time going into, he actually lived. Say overeats. He lived. Wow. I didn't think he had a shot to live. My Buzzwole is max attack. Damn near. I think it's pretty close to max attack. And that's a quad super effective Earthquake. And it didn't even do 80%. So that matters in the sense that, you know, I'm a little weaker to Audino, but in the grand scheme, it's not that deep. It is annoying that now I really want to predict his Audino here, but the fact that he must have been pretty confident he lived the Earthquake, which is why he left it in. So now the Audino can do whatever it chooses. So that was a pretty big mistake on my end. because the Buzzwole versus the Audino is actually more critical. But I just didn't think it would live. I mean, not even 80% with a quad super. I'd get if I wasn't invested, but I was like, I'm attack invested. Even if he pivots back to Slowbro, so what? Yeah, that's insane. So the only way I can win is to completely dust him with my Heatran, which can be done. I'll taunt here on the off chance he has Earth Power. I want the Misty Terrain running down. Even if he rapid spins, it's irrelevant. One, I was gonna say I'm stalling them out. Yeah, okay. We get rocks back up with the Audino coming in. Let him do his thing. Misty Terrain is going up, but the knock is so negligible that it's like whatever. So here, I'll taunt again. He has magic code. Okay, so he must not have. So you're gonna knock here, which is fine. Because you definitely want to catch my Heatran on the switch. But I mean, you could Toxic and then try to knock again. But he's definitely knocking here. My heavy duty boosts don't matter, so I'll give him the knock that turn and pivot back. Interesting magic code, which means Heatran bodies this thing. I'll have to give up my leftovers, but the Audino being gone means what primarily? I guess Landorus has a field day after that. So now, there are a couple ways we can go about this. The Eldegoss is just such a bitch. So pivot Landorus, even if he double knocks, it's irrelevant. I'd rather get a little more damage on Eldegoss than what I'm doing now. I'm trying to time the. Okay, goes back to Audino. I'm trying to time the. I wonder how much this would do. I don't think he'd switch from a Choice Specs Focus Blast. I wonder if this one shots. I'll see. I'll try to please hit. Fuck. That was Encore. So he doesn't even have a healing move. He's pure regen. I think that might have done him in. I mean, Sceptile isn't the strongest thing in the world, but that damage would have mattered in the sense that he can't just switch around. So obviously Focus Blast he's fearing. So Nox is fine. I didn't fear the Focus Blast. Now he can get Toxic, which I'm sure he doesn't want to deal with. He doesn't have any healing move. So he's shown his set. So he can't beat my face. So the Eldegoss needs to go. Eldegoss goes, Sceptile can eat him alive. How much are we doing? 32. I actually forgot he had Toxic just now. I mean, even then, it's not that big a deal. It matters, but it's not. I shouldn't have let myself get Toxic there, but it was actually a kind of a risk. So here comes Slowbro. So Electric Terrain's up, and we're gonna have to give up Heatran. I'm trying not to have this be the whole live. Yeah, so we caught. This is what that position we wanted. We wanted because Eldegoss can Sleep Powder, so we wanted Heatran and Electric Terrain with Rocks up versus Eldegoss. So now we can Magma Storm. He should sack the Colossal, but he goes hard Audino, which is exactly what we wanted. Because now I know you don't have a healing move, so you're gonna knock, but you know that's irrelevant at this point. Magma Storm has destroyed you. I can just Earth Power twice and you're done for. So I lost my leftovers. Sucks, but your Audino is gone, and now your Heatran lunch, quite literally. So Sceptile heal. See Scalds. Obviously Eldegoss makes the most sense here. Just debating whether or not, because we want the Electric Terrain up so that Heatran can come in comfortably, and it's never at full. So so he has Leech Seed. Okay, interesting. So Slowbro might come in then. So Leech Seed, huh? Okay, we'll rinse and repeat this process. Watch him leave the Corsola in. I think he will, but even if he does, it's such a irrelevant mon that's fine. So now we're back in position for Heatran. We get to Magma Storm once more. Corsola. His Earth Power did. I have no way to get health back from the Heatran, so every bit of damage he does matters. I'm just thinking, okay, if I take let my Heatran go down to 50% to kill this Corsola. If I switch, like, how am I ever gonna beat Eldegoss if he's always gonna switch to Corsola? Because Corsola has regen too, so I'll take the minus 10 damage. Oh shit, I actually didn't do as much as I thought I would with the Earth Power. How does he take this? This must be like 2 and like max Spadef. Fuck. And I knew his team would give me a problem when I saw it. So 2 big mistakes I made was thinking the Earthquake would kill the Colossal. So I lost Buzzwole early. And then I'm just thinking, how would I get around this? If I don't Earth Power here, how do I get around this situation? Because he can just switch this shit in, and it has Recover. I guess I could Toxicate it on the switch, and then... Earth Power would leave me at next to no health. Oh well. He has fucking mirror. Yeah, I'll lose now because I can't get past Eldegoss. Based on how much the Audino is taking from the Earthquake, I'm pretty sure he's heavily Fizz Def. That could just be natural HP and my lack of investment in attack. But yeah, I won't waste any more time because I literally can't get past the Eldegoss. The only way I could is with U-turn. Mirror Magic Coat. Yeah, this dude had the perfect weird team. Just fucked me up. It was a fun game though. Fun game. That just goes to show, well, that's the type of team that doesn't work twice because you need the surprise factor. So now I know the roles and sets and whatnot. So that's not ideal team for laddering, but if you want to have fun, well, not laddering to any relevant place on the ladder, maybe in the low, the 1500s or something, but you can play around there. But if you want to catch, just have some fun and use some fun Pokemon and catch a player off guard or something, those teams are always good go-tos. So in this one, Sceptile may be able to do something. I'd love to Electric Terrain, the Corviknight, and after that, life is complete. And I don't need to win after that. We're just cruising through. I think until Gen 9, I could do like a one long live where I'm like, okay, let's go to the top for the last of the thing, and I may do that if I get a solid fun team at the same time. I don't want a super boring team. So definitely link me, guys. But it's probably gonna be our last game. Last one felt like forever, right? Finny is super critical. I'm really weak to that Lele if it's specs, so I gotta be very careful about that. And I have no Ghost Resist, so Finny has too much weight on his back. But I think he'll carry it well. So phase 1 is actually going to be the Finny for 2 reasons. We want to control the terrain if he leads Lele, but if he doesn't and does something like this, the only answer he has to my Finny would be Corviknight and Trent as far as Moonblast goes. So if he U-turns, I was tempted to Scald there. There's no point. I mean, I could Scald on his Corv switch or his Heatran switch as he does. But if he did go to Heatran, it's like, well, you're about to trade. Well, he was going to trade 2 Scalds on his Heatran from what I'm assuming is Rocks. And you're already on low health, so what are you going to do? You're going to switch back out. So he's willing to give me the Heatran to... I didn't think... Well, that makes sense because of how important Finny was. I just said how important Finny was. And so I can see the appeal of that. The problem is that now he's going to be super weak to... Well, not super weak to my Sceptile, to truth be told. I guess he's a lot weaker to my Coco. Like Coco KOs everything on his team now, and potentially in one go. And since I guess he uses Z-Trend like that to trap for Komo, maybe. Komo's still gonna struggle with my Buzzwole. I'll Scald here on the off chance I get the burn and he's not Brave Bird. Even if he Brave Bird, he wouldn't kill. I ideally want to burn the Corviknight or get him to do something like that. So his 2 steals are pretty much gone, which means I can Dazzling Gleam at leisure. And he's really weak to Lando. I'm actually quite surprised he played this particular mon like that. I'm not confident Buzzwole's Ice Punch can kill. Otherwise, I'd go to it because I know if he's in a switch, he's going to go to the Dragapult. So I'm going to just T-Bolt. I think he may chomp, but you know, if he chomps, he chomps. I don't think he'll be Scarfed. So it's actually Heat-Train instead. Again, positionally, just doesn't have a lot. Chomps first, just a free. I don't know why you'd Scale Shot hard. But hey, U-turn, you're obvious. Corviknight's obvious. That's Rocky Helmet. Go Thunderbolt again. You shouldn't switch this out. It's too risky fight. Dazzling Gleam on your Chomp switch. So I guess he's like, well, I want to weaken your Landorus repeatedly. So we'll go Buzzwole this time because Landorus is Spadef. Buzzwole literally puts homies in check. As yeah, there's no point in not ice punching. Como literally missed the Como with the fruit checkers. Yeah, that's quite odd. I mean, it probably has like Toxic or something. So what I'm gonna do is use Sceptile as bait. Sceptile is actually important, and then pivot to Coco here as he goes for like rocks or something. And now you're filled with Dragon types versus a Tapu Koko. And here comes the Lele. The Lele. So Leaf Storm might do some work here. I mean, I could see him Focus Blasting. Buzzwole Scarf Psychic would do me in. Just thinking what Sceptile. Sceptile will tell me what kind. Oh, if it's Psychics, it doesn't tell me shit. Yeah, he Psy Shocks. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. There's no point wasting the Toxic on the Chomp. If he specs, he'll 2 kill me, but I don't know. Well, he won't 2 kill me. He'll come close, but that'll let me know what kind of set he is. And the rocks will make sure that I think Dazzling Gleam will one-shot Dragapult, which is all that matters, because Buzzwole obviously 1v1s the Garchomp in every situation. Especially because Scale Shot's all he should be able to do to hit me. He can Swords Dance if he'd like. But I max attack Ice Punch, and he should be an offensive Chomp. And so he should be, yeah, so he goes hard Pult. He's showing U-turn, so he's probably just went Pult there as a, hey, I'm gonna not use the Pult anyway, so we're gonna try to trade Pult for your Lele check, which makes me think he must be Scarfing. If that's the case, you're too weak to even do much. Maybe Hydro Pump, considering he had some weird shit on the Heatran. So I'm thinking it might be better to use 1 Earth Power, sack Lando, then Dazzling Gleam, and I have the Lele backup check. So he U-turns. Okay, so that invalidated all of his work just now. So you're definitely not getting past Buzzwole. I think Scale Shot did what? So I will obviously Intimidate first. Swords Dances. And now he's going to try to Scale Shot. But either way, our best play here is to U-turn every time though. Because I could have went to Coco on that Scale Shot. But Coco is too important. It's one of the few things that well, I guess Coco. I guess I could have went to. Nah, I don't think he could one-shot me here, but maybe he can. Yeah. And we don't know, we no longer, actually, I maybe should have been careful about that +1 scale shot. Because I'm actually not max defense. So, is it worth going Tran here? To have the extra mon? I don't think so. Say Moonblast locks, which is odd. Because if you're choiced in any way, I mean, I suppose he's like, well, I'm not getting past the Heatran anyway, so why even waste the time? So just Earth Power 3 times Hex. It's probably Specs then. Okay, he's like, whatever that item is, the, not heavy, I was gonna say heavy duty boost. So if he Focus Blast here and he does any real damage, he Specs, we can pivot to Coco, which would seal the deal. We wouldn't even have to pivot. All we do is just sack the Tran and Coco should 1v1. I mean, KO everything left. So we'll just Earth Power here to ensure. Yeah, so he's choice back. So that's what I said. We could switch to Coco here. And just roost until he misses. But it doesn't really solve anything. Because the only way the Polt can win is if it crits. That mess didn't matter at all. The only way is heavy duty blows Polt anyway. So I just realized that Hex couldn't even kill. That's embarrassing. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end the live for today. Very, very, very fresh first team, man. Very tough to break by, but I had a blast playing it. Yeah. So you know how we do daily. We getting back into the swing of things, and yeah, I might do a long, like, just say let's go for rank 1 or something for the end of the end of the gen. But I need hit me some teams, guys. I need some better teams. But something a little fun, not just like your generic 5 mons with like, oh, the Stealth Rock is on the Garchomp, you know, like, no. That is not, or I have a Barbarical with Stealth Rock. Like, that's kind of whack. Something interesting but actually useful that we could actually pull it off in reasonable time, if you know what I'm saying. So, thanks for watching once again. Love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.